Lieutenant General Rudder, I just wanted to spend a minute just to catch up on the CH-53K heavy lift replacement program last year. I know we went back and forth with some reprogramming issues regarding the exhaust gas reingestion problem, which is one of the most unpleasant sounding terms I think we've ever heard here. But it does seem like that issue has been sort of worked through. And I was just wondering if you could sort of give us an update as far as how that stands right now, and then I just have another question after that.
I'll begin, but I have to thank, Secretary Geurts sitting next to me, that they really did a great job of putting the package together. We had 126 deficiencies. One was the gas reingestion. They fixed that. I know there's some concern about where the budget is this year. We put 7 in there because it wasn't fixed yet, and he hadn't signed off on it yet, so we just put 7 in, but we plan on ramping up from there. But the testing's going well. We've got 1,700 hours on the airframe itself. By this fall, we'll have our first operational airplane flying in New River, and by next year, we'll have our first 4 operational airplanes flying in New River, and we've got our first squadron on contract. So right now, it is on track and going very well. I got to thank the acquisition community for putting it on track.
Well, I think you're right. Actually, Mr. Geurts was deeply involved in terms of trying to work that through with the Appropriations Committee, and I'm glad we had a good ending to that. Again, you sort of alluded to the fact that now we're pretty close to going to a higher production rate than low rate. I mean, can you give us kind of a horizon in terms of how you see that moving forward?
Yeah, we put in 7. I mean, you see 11 the following year. We're hoping we can stay at that. We're hoping the budget stays where it is and it's acceptable. But obviously, we'd like to get higher. The higher the numbers, the greater the learning curve from production. And as we saw with the F-35, the greater the cost curve. As we saw with F-35, as we ramp production, cost curve came down. We can already see a cost curve beginning to take a turn with the 53K. So I think increased production will bring that cost curve down more efficiently.
Mr. Geurts, did you want to add anything?
No, sir. I would agree with Stick. I mean, a couple good things. We negotiated that production contract, so any of these fixes will go into the production aircraft. So we're not handing the field an aircraft that doesn't have the fixes in, which I think is important. That also means we can accelerate production. And so with the fixes already in, we will accelerate that production ramp to get as most efficient as possible.